AOC, jealous of Donald Trump. You guys got to see this to believe it. Let's jump into it.
Visit to the South Bronx. Donald Trump's looking to change that.
Thank you, everybody. What a crowd. This is something.
He knows how to win over any audience. It's wild.
You know, we wanted to keep it small because who knew? This is like a love fest. Love fest. It's a love fest. We love you. Thank you, darling.
Here's the native New Yorker feeling right at home.
I was sort of like a hot guy. I was hot as a pistol. I think I was hotter than I am now, and I became president. The costs have gone up so much. Bacon has gone. I don't eat bacon anymore. It's too expensive. When he's finished with his speech, he can never find the stairs. He can never find the stairs. And when he does, it's not a pretty picture either. Thank goodness for Secret Service. They come up and they guide him off. She wrapped him up all cozy in a comforter of silk and laid him by the fireside with some honey and some milk. She hurried home from work that night, and soon as she arrived, she found the pretty snake she'd taken in had been revived. But instead of saying thank you, ma'am, the snake gave her a vicious bite.
This morning, supporters waited in line in the rain to hear the former president, a borough that voted 90% for Biden in 2020, which today
90%?
became a bit more red. After 4 years, you could feel the buyer's remorse. Johnny was there as our witness.
If that goes to
Why are you
70%,
here
that's
today?
massive.
To support Donald Trump.
I am here for Trump.
To support Donald Trump, to put America first.
What do you like about Donald Trump?
Everything. He's from Queens, and he speaks our language.
I like Trump because he keep it real. He don't got no filter. He's for the people.
He speaks money, and this is what the country needs. We need money, not inflation. We need money.
Everything was under control. We had low inflation. We had gas under $1.80.
What issues are people in the Bronx facing?
Economic stress. They're facing an illegal invasion.
In the Bronx right now, it's definitely crime.
Prices is extreme.
We care about the housing. We care about the crime.
How has Joe Biden addressed those issues? He hasn't.
He hasn't addressed them. He wants to make them worse.
Nothing. He's just been talking a lot.
The Biden name in the Bronx sounds like mass incarceration.
What has Joe Biden done for the minority community?
He's done nothing but say, you ain't black.
Incarcerated us.
Not a thing.
Absolutely nothing.
I really could not tell you what he's done.
Joe Biden says if you don't support him, you ain't black. Are you black?
Hey, Joe, guess what?
Oh, I'm absolutely black, and I support Trump.
I don't know why he would say that. He's not even black.
I guess I said I ain't black because I'm not voting for him.
Trump is more black than him. Trump is black as I am. You heard?
Love was in the air.
I love it because these are everyday Americans, and I would rather any of these people than 90% of Washington. This Biden administration might have been just what America needed to wake people up, to say, you know what, these people are crooked and we need to get them the heck out of Washington.
Economy, the border, foreign policy, and, of course, Joe Biden.
Our subways are squalid and unsafe. The ceiling tiles are falling down, and they look worse than a third world country. The medians of our highways are crumbling. Our sidewalks are littered with garbage, bottles, and trash. Biden is not getting the job done for the Bronx. The minute crooked Joe Biden shuffles out the door, I will rapidly rebuild the greatest economy in the history of the world. Look, we had the greatest economy in history. In Brooklyn, American students at James Madison High School were recently told they had to stay at home from school so their classrooms could be turned into housing for thousands of migrants. Very simply, Joe Biden puts illegal aliens first. I put America first. I put America first.
Amen.
Not everybody was happy that Trump was on their turf. Reverend Al Sharpton, happy DEI Thursday, by the way, was ready for a street fight.
Donald Trump is a street fighter. You do not come into the ring with him with gloves, looking for a referee to stop every 3 minutes rest. No, this is a street fight. You come in with a broke bottle and an ash can because it's going to be that kind of battle.
Fighting dirty. Democrats don't know any other way. Forget about winning hearts and minds. They'd rather throw you in jail and call you racist. Here's Joe Biden's new ad. Watch.
Of course I hate these people.
Donald Trump disrespecting black folk is nothing new. He was sued for refusing to rent his apartments to black families and called for the execution of 5 innocent black and brown teenagers.
And it's more than anger, it's hatred.
It's why Trump stood with violent white supremacists, warned of a bloodbath if he loses the next election, and if he's president again, vowed to be a dictator who wants revenge on his enemies. Now, who do you think that is?
Donald Trump's been running his mouth his whole life.
I'm sorry, but was Trump the man who was attacking Hillary Clinton when he got in office? Or did he say, you know what, for the betterment of the nation, I'm going to let this go so that we can heal this country and we won't have any more division? Meanwhile, Biden has done everything in his power to take Trump out. He even authorized the FBI to use lethal force when they went to raid Mar-a-Lago. How sick is that? Projection from this man is insane.
Find a single thing he said that's racist. They have to go back to the 80s to find Central Park 5. Here's Trump in the 80s, by the way. Black America wanted to be Trump before Black America had even heard the name Joe Biden. Politics has always been personal. Personality's persuasive, but nothing persuades like results. Traditional Democrat constituencies, young Black, Hispanic voters, are not better off than they were 4 years ago and are coming around to a man who represents a movement they were told not to trust. But every bone in their body tells them that they can't trust the party bosses. Sick of their corny commands and broken promises, people in the Bronx and all over America are beginning to think for themselves, independently, outside of a system that's trapped and scolded them for opening their mouths and eyes. AOC's brain can't even grasp anything other than left-right. Watch her stammer and lie. Humiliated, Trump gets bigger crowds in her borough than she does.
New York City's blue. Brooklyn is blue, Queens is blue, the Bronx is blue, and he's got nowhere to go. And so he's decided to come to the South Bronx. He's broke. He needs to pay these legal funds and, bussing people in order to get those donations so that he can funnel them to his legal fees is kind of his business right now.
Trump doesn't have to be in court for a week. He doesn't have to be in the Bronx. He wants to. Trump's not going to the Bronx because he's broke. He's going to the Bronx because the Bronx is broke, thanks to Bidenomics and AOC. Johnny's been there since 2. Hasn't seen a single bus pull up.
Where are you from?
The Bronx, actually.
I'm originally from the Bronx and from New York.
I'm from the Bronx.
Right here in the Bronx, New York. This is home, right here.
AOC says if you're not a Democrat, you don't belong here in the Bronx. Right. What do you say?
I disagree with that.
I don't think she should be here in the Bronx. I actually don't know any Democrats living in the Bronx.
Look, AOC, look at the tremendous support for Mr. Donald J. Trump.
You need to tell her then she need to stay out the Bronx because look at all the people around. Everybody's here for Trump.
I am a Democrat, and I belong here.
And who are you voting for?
Donald J. Trump.
What has AOC done for the Bronx?
She's done nothing for the Bronx. Nothing. Nothing's changed. Nothing's gotten any better.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Let her come to the Bronx and let her come among us people that struggle. She doesn't even know what struggle is.
All these people want is to be heard. And when you realize that, you understand how easy a politician's job is. Even easier than mine. You listen to the voters and you deliver the goods. That's it. You don't ignore them and deliver for yourself. AI would do a better job in Washington than Democrats. The Bronx has never felt more abandoned.
We have so many Americans doing so bad in this country because we have people in this country believe that they have the right to strip us of our humanity, strip us of everything that we own, strip us of our rights to raise our children the way we want to raise our children. We have to stand up against them. It's not about just supporting Trump. It's supporting your rights. It's supporting this country's rights. It's supporting our children. All of you people at home that's scared to come out and say you support Donald Trump, we get you. We understand. You might lose your job. You might lose, but vote for him anyway. If you continue to support the Democratic Party, which is anti-black, you're a damn fool.
Did I hear that correctly? Because if so, that is the most un-American thing I've ever heard of in my entire life. They often say, if you want to know who rules over you, find out who you cannot insult. Even when Trump was the president and the most powerful man on the entire planet, he was getting cooked left and right by the entire media and the establishment. He was getting destroyed day in and day out. Even when he was doing good stuff, he was taking care of this country. The country has never been in better shape than it was under Trump, and he was getting attacked mercilessly. Meanwhile, Biden, you cannot say anything bad about him, and disaster after disaster after disaster, whether it's Afghanistan, the southern border, Ukraine war, I can go on and on and on, the economy, but you can't say anything about it. But all I'm going to say is do not be surprised if Donald Trump takes New York. If I were a betting man, I'd say he's going to take it, because I think America, and New York in particular, is fed up with the way this country has been being run. I'm from New York, and I avoid the city at all costs, because it is just a disaster. It's a mess. Every time I'm there, I'm like, what happened to this great city? This was the greatest city on earth. That's why we need Donald Trump back in office to make America great again. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this down below. What do you guys think? Is there a chance Donald Trump could take New York? And also, what do you think of AOC? Is she a good representation of the South Bronx, or does she need to get out of politics and go back to bartending? Let me know your thoughts down below. I'd love to hear that. And if you enjoyed, make sure to smash a like, comment, subscribe. And I wish you guys nothing but the best. Till next time.